Hey guys, this is Hal for HES Ultimage. For personal channeled messages, go to hesultimage.com, and for DLC energy bracelets. These come in 8 different colors and 3 different variations of metal colors. So there's gold tone, black tone, and silver tone. They're really great, super comfortable, so check them out. Other than that, make sure that you check out the free mini monthly reading contest. Just go to my channel, search for the free mini monthly contest video, and then just leave a comment and you could win it, alright? Okay, that said, let's get to your message. Hey Pisces, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your channeled forecast for the month of February. Hey guys. Alright, so getting started. The first thing that I have here is in February, we're going to be, okay, I got bringing out more of ourselves, but to me, it's kind of like exposure, positive exposure, I would say. It's about sharing more about your feelings, thoughts, opinions, skills, and abilities, and all of that, everything that comes with just showing more about who you are to other people. Um, this was the other part of this. I got people will be projecting onto you this month. So this is really kind of the key thesis of the month. Like, this is what we're going to be really working with, okay? All right, so I got, judging others is harsh alone, as far as, like, being really judgmental. It's one thing to, critique something like a vase, But when it comes to particularly harsh criticisms of other people, that can be really harsh. But then I got, especially when you're receiving it, okay? So I got, if you need to take a little here and there, as far as, like, this is the energy of what I was getting, and I'm gonna try and just describe this part. Um, Basically I got, there are these little, like, chattery voices, and it's like, this person has their opinion, and they're like, blah, 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 and this person has their opinion, and they're like, like the teacher from the Charlie Brown cartoons, it's like, wah, wah, wah. So it's like, everybody's trying to chime in, kind of, and basically you have to kind of sift through all of that and decide what's actually, if any of it is actually worthwhile or not. And it's going to be a process to really discover if any of that is, or how much you want any of that to really affect you or influence you. All right, give me 1 second because I have a lot more here too. Okay. All right. And I also got, we need to be a little more contained. That means that you don't want to be engaging too much with the chatter. You can be amongst it because we have to be this month, but it's important for you to not engage the chatter too much, okay? So, if people are getting into little, okay, little matches as far as as if it were a boxing match of chattering or giving you their opinions, I want for you to remember that you just step back and allow yourself to not engage it personally, okay? Um, the other thing that I got, and this is, okay. Okay, I have to give you a little more detail about this prior part first. The thing about receiving the criticism, again, too, because it's so chattery, I feel like there's not going to be an incredible amount of weight or significance or, okay, I have to be honest, not a whole lot of substance behind what's being offered to you, pretty much. So you have to be able to be kind of a little more ironclad and not let everybody pierce through you with their opinions, okay? It's one thing to have opinions around. I mean, in life in general, we can pick and choose what we want. The only problem is I feel like this month you're getting a lot of opinions, so you can kind of feel mired. Oh, and I was kind of getting this idea of, like, being, like, kind of, like, tugged around, kind of like people are pinching you or something, where it's like people are trying to get your attention in all different directions, and it might be really distracting. All right? So in which case you have to, again, just kind of, yep. Okay, hold on, because I have to bring in this other key point, because this was coming later in. That the idea was, if you are, okay, getting directed in a lot of different places, you do have to be able to also go, okay, I'm going to be anchored. I'm going to be grounded and decide what I want to decide to focus on or listen to on my own. All right? Because this was the other thing that I got. If people give you any kind of attitude this month, and this wouldn't be everybody, but this might be, on occasion. I literally got from my channeling kind of springboards was the energy spicy, which is kind of feisty in this case. If somebody's being kind of feisty to you, trying to yank your chain, trying to get your goat, so to speak, trying to pretty much initiate you or instigate you into getting into some form of fight or disagreement, don't entertain them, okay? For that kind of energy, if somebody's being feisty or sassy towards you, I got talk to the hand or I don't hear you at all, like in the covering of the year. Okay? So don't entertain any kind of negativity, feistiness, people trying to just make you um, give them attention. And that's the other thing that I was gonna say. Either for people who do things a little more publicly. And it's funny because the term I'm thinking of is trolling, because that's such a popular term that's trending nowadays, now that people are so used to what's ultimately cyberbullying. But cyberbullying that happens to people who are in entertainment or even, in social media, because everybody's in social media and anyone can get trolled, basically. Um, Trolling, literally, this is just a really, really elaborate example for you guys. For those of you who don't know, since I just started learning that term too, it's somebody who intentionally gives you attention to try and tear you down. Okay, I guess the Kardashianized term of this would be haters. um, or Valley Girl terminology would be haters, spelled with an 8. But basically, any kind of energy like that being thrown at you this month, even, okay, and I'm using an internet terminology here, kind of just for the sake of a good analogy, but this can just be happening in your personal life. Again, okay, because this is the focus. There's a lot of chatter around. So it's like if you work at an office, there might be some chatter as far as people gossiping or people trying to pull you into something that you don't need to be involved in, or somebody trying to give you some flack because either sometimes people give us attitude because they're jealous that we're better at our job or that, we're better liked or other things like that. Always try and remember this month that there are, okay. I want to make sure that I say this is a lighter part of this message, but there are always intentions that other people have when they want to try and lure people into a confrontation. And do try and remember there are intentions, so that way you have some more objectivity and you understand that you can go, oh, they're baiting me. I'm not going to take that bait. Okay? All right. Okay. And that's the other thing. I literally got negative reactions in general will not be often this month, but you need to stay anchored so you don't engage. Okay? And trust me, like, if you had to engage, I'd tell you. Everybody who's watched my channel knows this, that I will tell it exactly how it needs to be told. February for Pisces, do not engage. It's not necessary. It's not helpful. It's not constructive. Do not engage in the negativity, okay? All right, give me 1 second. We've got a few more key points here. Okay. All right. The other thing that I got is there can be a lot of superficial opinions flying around too, or, okay, this kind of went into the feisty energy, but not really as much. It's more like, yeah, okay. It's far, far away from the feistiness, but here's the other side of this coin, so to speak. There's some people who just like to make jokes or want to get attention, so they'll just say something dumb to try and get other people to chime in. So that way, attention is deflected from you onto them because of an opinion they make about you. All right? And again, this could be that, okay, I'll use another example because I've experienced this before with some people. You'll say something and they'll say something else just to reflect on to what you've said, to get their own attention, and to try and draw attention from you to them. Sometimes this can be, okay, I'll just give random examples. Let's say you mention something about your day, and then the other person says something about how lousy their day was to try and leech pity off of other people. That's one way this energy kind of functions. Another can be, you say something that you were really proud of, and then somebody else tries to say a bigger achievement that they've done to glean the attention back off of you onto them. I want you to think of it like a reflector, or when a mirror, okay, this is really a random analogy, but this is exactly the energy this is describing. I want you to think of in a spy movie, or some weird James Bondian kind of thing, that you have this pocket mirror, and the laser's coming at you, and the laser reflects off the mirror and hits something else. The person's trying to bring the mirror into other people's perceptions to have the laser essentially hit them, and for them to be getting the attention that you're getting to reflect back onto them. Okay? As human beings, everybody has feelings and what they feel they need, and some people feel they need attention and will try and get that however they can. Personally, okay, I shouldn't bring my personal opinion into that, I was told, but at the end of the day, you need to understand that sometimes people don't always show their best colors when they really want, okay, when they value what they want above, above their treatment of other people, or how they're being transparent, okay? And I would say transparency is the bigger flaw in that equation, because the person's not being transparent, because instead of going, I want attention, they go, okay, I'm just going to glean attention from this other person because of the fact that I'm going to comment, okay? I'm sorry, but I just felt that come full circle. The idea of commenting, chatter, etc. So this, again, okay, I can't feel like I'm doing this enough justice by not including the fact that this can be happening on social media a lot. Again, for you guys, for Pisces, this is the big energy, and so much plays itself out in social media today. And I'm sorry to have to give this example, but I have to. People can get jealous because other people are getting certain attention on social media, or paying more attention to other people on social media. I want you to be aware that this craziness can manifest itself this month to you, okay? And again, because it stems from you showing more of yourself, or being a little more upfront or forthcoming about who you are, etc., it could even be that you're like, okay, that you comment that you like somebody's outfit, and then the other person's like, why didn't you comment on my outfit? Why don't you like my outfit? That could be how it manifests too. People's chatter, and again, chatter means it's not really significant and it's not really important. It's just these little fleeting feelings that people have. It's like when a person doesn't have a filter, they can't think before they speak, so they just start. Okay, in this analogy, they're typing because it's social media, but basically other people aren't going to be able to control their own feelings and their own filter, so they're just going to throw it out there, and then you're going to have to be the one to, okay, to basically get it thrown at you, and then decide if you can just kind of like let it bounce off of you a little bit, or if you can just have it like, okay, imagine your metal. The metal still reverberates a little bit from feeling the impact, but at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt you, you know? All right. So that said, this is going to be an interesting and tricky month, I would have to say. Very tricky socially, because there's so much chatter and opinions and commenting. But at the end of the day, it's going to work out. You're going to be able to make it through. Again, just remember that you have to be steady within this wave of information, this wave and this current and this, like, kind of, I see just like the idea, it's kind of the idea of a boat moving on the waves, and every comment creates another wave. So the more comments that are coming through, the more you're going to feel kind of shaken up, in which case you need to kind of just remember to stay grounded within it, and you're going to get through fine, all right? Okay, so that said, I will see you later.